of the North Coast. This is Redwood News at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on Redwood News. I'm John Kennedy O'Connor. Shigella, it's a highly contagious and infectious bacteria that health experts say is spreading here in Eureka. A week ago, there were just a few cases linked to a pair of local laundromats. Now there are at least 16 people who have become sick. Our Christina Bautista shows us what symptoms to look out for and how to protect yourself.
Humboldt County Public Health became aware of the Shigella outbreak a few weeks ago, linking to Eureka laundromats. But now they are suspecting that the spread might have been a lot greater than they expected.
And typical symptoms of Shigella may have, diarrhea that could or may not have blood. Usually people have really upset stomachs, bloating, cramping, that kind of thing. A fever may also appear, and that's something to be on the lookout for.
Public Health released a statement saying several confirmed and suspected cases of Shigella diarrheal illness have been linked to locations in the Eureka 101 corridor along the north and west side of town. They have been able to confirm 5 cases and are investigating 11 additional cases.
One of the other things right now, because we are experiencing, a pandemic with COVID, we know that COVID can sometimes cause diarrhea, which may mask Shigella. We have had cases where it came into our radar because they were hospitalized for diarrheal symptoms, tested positive for COVID. However, then it turns out that they also had Shigella.
You can be infected with as little as 10 microorganisms, making it highly contagious. Public Health is suggesting that people wash their hands before putting anything in their mouth and always washing their hands after using the restroom. Reporting in Eureka, Christina Bautista, Redwood News.
There's a big recall to tell you about involving beef jerky due to possible bacterial contamination. And one of the brands being recalled is from here on the North Coast. Fortuna's Humboldt Jerky Company is among 18 different companies whose jerky products are being recalled in 8 states, including California. You're looking at one of the recalled Humboldt jerky products. The U.S. Agriculture Department says over 70 brand flavor combinations of jerky have been contaminated with listeria. In all, the recall involves over 1,600 pounds of jerky. Humboldt jerky officials say none of their contaminated jerky ever made it to the store shelves. Now to the latest on COVID-19. New data out shows COVID deaths in California among the vaccinated rose sharply with the Omicron variant. Omicron is now receding, but California's data reveals a disturbing trend. Compared to the Delta variant, deaths among the vaccinated rose sharply with Omicron, a variant believed by many experts to cause milder illness. Despite the breakthrough infections, hospitalizations and deaths, public health officials continue to urge vaccination as the most effective defense against the virus and its variants. Of the 85,000 Californians who have died from COVID to date, the data shows the virus tends to be deadlier with age. 71% were age 65 or older, and 92% of deaths involved those who were at least 50. Now let's take a look at the latest COVID-19 numbers locally. As a reminder, the Humboldt County Health Department is now only reporting data 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. There is 1 new hospitalization and 65 new cases occurring since Friday. That brings the total pandemic case count to 19,763. No new deaths have been reported. As for Del Norte County, health officials are now only releasing COVID data twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so we'll bring you those numbers when they're released tomorrow. Crescent City police say a rumour caused by a gun scare earlier today at a local middle school. The incident unfolded about 8 a.m. today when police responded to Crescent Elk Middle School on a report that a student planned to bring a gun to school. Officers say it turned out to be an unfounded rumour stemming from a fight during a weekend basketball game. California gas prices continue soaring into new record territory tonight. According to AAA, today's statewide average is now $5.34 a gallon. That's a 6-cent jump from yesterday and up 52 cents from a week ago. In Humboldt County today, today's average price is $5.65, while it's $5.61 for Del Norte County. But the most expensive gas price in the Golden State can be found in the remote town of Gorda, which is located on the Big Sur coast. Americo Gas, the lone gas station there, is selling a gallon of regular for an unbelievable $7.59.
We're miles from the next gas station to the north, 4 to 5 minutes more or less, and then south of us it's like another 20, 25 minutes. So like if you're on empty, it's smart just to fill up a couple of gallons and then head out. Some people get more of a surprise, and I see a lot of people taking pictures, and it's kind of more of a kind of like, wow, I'm paying this much for gas. But yeah, you do get some people that get kind of upset.
The price of Dungeness crab is also on the rise tonight, with prices per pound more than tripling from last season to the current one. As a result, crab season is on the upswing for North Coast fishermen. According to the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, local commercial fishermen have landed more than $20 million worth of Dungeness crab in Crescent City so far this season. That's up significantly from just $2 million last season. Officials say high demand for crab is fueling the price increase. Coming up after the break, we'll have international news of the humanitarian crisis unfolding in Europe and local reaction. We'll be right back. Stay with us. And welcome back. Russia tonight is intensifying attacks on residential areas in Ukraine, with bombardments hitting schools, shops, hospitals, churches and apartments. Our Isabel Rosales examines the new wave of Russian attacks and how the US and its allies are responding.
As anti-war rallies mount in Russia, Russian troops push in on key Ukrainian cities. The goal? Bombard cities into submission.
Дочка погибла в коляске. Меня вытащили и двух внуков вытащили из-под завалов.
On the ground, Ukraine accusing Russia of violating a ceasefire agreement to allow for civilian evacuations. A Russian airstrike in a suburb of Kyiv Sunday killed an evacuating Ukrainian family, including children.
This is murder, deliberate murder.
Ukraine's president repeatedly calling on the U.S. and NATO to establish a no-fly zone over Ukraine, both rejecting this option.
The no-fly zone, that means that if Russian planes violate the zone that's declared, we shoot them down. And that runs the considerable risk of creating a direct conflict between our countries and Russia, and thus a wider war.
The West moving to counter Russia. Along the border, an airfield is serving as a weapons hub, according to a senior Defense Department official. A senior U.S. official saying the U.S. and NATO so far supplying Ukraine with nearly 20,000 anti-tank and anti-air missiles.
God will not forgive. Not today, not tomorrow, never. And instead of forgiveness, there will be judgment.
In Washington, Isabel Rosales, Redwood News.
There are growing calls for peace across the world and right here along the North Coast, as Russia's invasion of Ukraine has created Europe's largest refugee crisis since World War II. A peace rally took place Sunday at the Humboldt County Courthouse in downtown Eureka. It drew a crowd of about 75 people. The Women's International League for Peace and Freedom and the Buddhist Peace Fellowship organised the rally that happened on the courthouse steps. It was part of an international day of global action to stop the war in Ukraine. Participants say they wanted to join communities across the world in showing their support for the Ukrainian people.
We're here to call for peace in that situation, which we believe can be obtained shortly if both sides are willing to make some concessions and get back to the negotiation table and stay there until there's peace and until nuclear weapons start getting dismantled unilaterally and multilaterally. Because we're not just concerned about Ukraine, though we're very concerned. We're concerned about all of the fallout that may take place as a result of this war starting. Go to the negotiation table. We're saying that same thing to NATO, to the United States, and to Russia today. Go to the negotiation table. We've had enough of the butcher block. We've had enough of the killing floor. We've had enough of the auction block. We just want you to stay in the negotiating room until you've played, who's going to save face and how enough until the nuclear weapons are dismantled and until there's no threat to people in Ukraine. Yes, there will be events like this until there's peace. So yeah, we'll be here. We've been here for the long haul, and we're going to stay.
And when we come back on Redwood News, Chief Meteorologist Dan Romano will be back to break down your full weather forecast. But first, here's a look at the almanac.
Warmer weather in the future. John Kennedy, over to you, bud.
Thanks for that, Dan. Before we go tonight, there's a new side hustle that's shaking up Las Vegas. It's called Sniff Spot, where you can rent out your backyard for dogs to play. Just think Airbnb, but with just the yard. Pet owners can now rent by the hour. Prices range from $4 to $25. One host says a lot of people who live in apartments use the service, especially if their furry friends don't do well at dog parks. Sniff Spot says the service is now being offered in many cities across the US.
That's a really good idea. So even if you're like a big dog lover or just a big animal lover, you can rent out your backyard. I mean, it's like the best of both worlds. You're making money and hanging out with the dogs.
Is there anything left you won't be able to rent out? Yes, I just don't want to be the person who has to clean up all that dog mess. That's not for me. We'll be back at 11. We'll see you then. Thanks so much for joining us here on Redwood News.